For those who know me know I'm from Cincinnati, so I felt it's only right for me to clear some shit up as a responsible journalist. Now, there was a brawl in downtown Cincinnati that made national news in which the Trump administration is calling for this to be a hate crime, says that it was racially motivated. And I just find it very interesting how something in Cincinnati can be considered a hate crime when it's racially motivated. Because earlier this year, when neo-Nazis came to Lincoln Heights, Ohio, which is a known hate group, to eliminate blacks in a black neighborhood, that wasn't considered a hate crime. In fact, they even said they had no idea who any of these individuals even were, so they can't charge them. Which we know was a lie, because I personally posted the police report in which one of the Nazis filed a police report against the residents of Lincoln Heights for vandalizing allegedly his car. And then we got guys like Eric Dieters for Kentucky in America on Facebook, who has a large following, who helps the media pick up stories to say they are racially motivated, which I find is crazy because this man is a known Nazi sympathizer. Hey, but don't take my word for it.
Armed black men are in Lincoln Heights. Look at these guys. They're saying they're there to protect the people against the Nazis. Really? Why don't they just ignore the Nazis? Can you imagine if white people with masks and AKs or ARs were doing this? There'd be hell to pay, wouldn't there?
Well, I can imagine them with AKs, wearing masks, patrolling neighborhoods, but somebody else's neighborhood, not theirs. But let's get back to the brawl in question, because the narrative is that Miss Holly was just a victim, an innocent bystander caught in the middle of a brawl by these thugs, also known as blacks, which isn't true. Now, let's see how it really started. So as we can see, a fair fate is getting ready to transpire. No brawl. And who steps in? A black man. A black man is calling for peace. Hey, non-violence, non-violence. There's other black people around. Ain't nobody getting jumped. We're calling for peace. And let's see what happens next. Why did this all transpire? Who started this collateral damage? Yeah. Bam! As we all seen from surveillance, the non-colored guy violently attacks and slaps the colored guy. Was it racially motivated? I don't know. But I know my eyes ain't lying to me to see who threw the first slap. Next thing we know, the aggressor is on the ground grabbing black women's legs. But hey, that's neither here or there. Why bring race into the equation, right? Now let's get into how Holly got involved. The innocent bystander who just got randomly attacked. As you can see, this is the aggressor right here in the white shirt, coming for more blacks to fight. Now at this moment, it is a brawl going on. It's his team versus their team. And Holly, opposed to going for cover, decides to push a black man who she don't know to break him up to coming after the attacker. Brawl is continuing, and now white shirt guy is back on the ground. Now let's see what Holly does. Now, this is Holly right here, and she's going to help the white shirt guy get off the ground. Now let's see what happens next. As you can see, everyone is going around trying to break it up. No one's going for cover, and some people still fighting. Now, as she helps the aggressor off the floor, stop right there. Let's see what Holly decides to do next. The innocent bystander who don't want no smoke. She then walks over to the guy who's been attacked, who's been slapped by this guy, and he knows that she is with him, and she pushes him, not once, but twice. He don't know who this little girl is. She is putting hands on him. And then that brings us to the end of the image that most people have seen of Holly laying on the ground unconscious. Now, is it unfortunate she got knocked out? Absolutely. But was she an innocent bystander who was a victim of a racially motivated attack? Absolutely not. She was a victim of her own actions, putting her hands on someone who just been attacked, who he can visually see is with the person that attacked him. And he didn't even hit her. The brawl was going on and they helped him. Now, one of the guys who they claim started this racially motivated riot, brawl, whatever you want to call it, has already been arrested. And he was charged with assault. But he has schizophrenia and he was frightened. And one thing I know, you don't go around slapping innocent black men who have schizophrenia and is frightened. They have a right to defend themselves. So technically, allegedly, this is considered racially motivated. So that's why they saying it should be a hate crime. But you know what's funny? You know what's clearly not allegedly considered racially motivated? This. Nazi flyers. Nothing allegedly about this. They're telling you they're racially motivated. They're leaving flyers all around Cincinnati using this brawl to further divide the city, possibly the country, to think that blacks and whites are really going against each other. No, we're not. Look, let's read it yourself. Arm yourself, white citizens of Cincinnati. Okay. The Cincinnati police chief, Cincinnati mayor, Cincinnati city manager, and all 9 of the Cincinnati city council members will not help you against vicious attacks from those of color. What? This ain't racially motivated. Okay, protect yourselves against these lawless thugs. That's crazy to me. They ain't gonna say this is a hate crime, but they're telling you they're trying to divide the country in any parts of the country or city or whatever to make it a race baiting thing. You telling me when blacks don't defend themselves and trust in the law to take care of it, y'all don't know who the fuck is doing this shit to them. It's like, hey, no harm, no foul. But when blacks do decide to defend themselves against a violent attack, it's somehow considered a hate crime? I'm fucking confused on what we're supposed to do. All collateral damage involved in this brawl starts with this man. So for Holly, he's responsible. In conclusion, I have 2 questions. What are blacks to do? Not defend themselves and trust in the law that they'll protect them from attacks when in the past they've already told them they have no idea who's doing the attack when they really do? Or decide to defend themselves of being attacked, taking the risk of being hit with the hate crime? And number 2, when there's physical violence of something that can be spun as a hate crime, who's more responsible for the collateral damage it's going to cause? The one who responded or the one who sparked it off? All right, y'all, much love and light to y'all. Y'all be great. Have a good night.